are going to do the best this season in the NHL 2021 to 2022 season. Now, without further ado, let's get listing. At number 3, we have Andrei Vasilevskiy. Now, I probably should not be putting him at number 3, but he's the first one that I looked up his stats for, so we're gonna do Vasilevskiy. Now, Vasilevskiy obviously is always a good goaltender in the NHL, but I feel like he's been getting better and better and better every single season. He's a young goalie, he's about 25, 26, and if we take a look at his stats here, so far this season, he's 3-0-0 for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Gee, I wonder where 2 out of those 3 wins came from. My team. His goals against average so far this season is 1.65 because my team sucks so bad, and his save percentage is .941, which is very, very good. Like, that's probably one of the best that you can possibly get. And if we take a look here at his career all-time record, he's played 263 games, 162 of those are wins, 73 of those are losses, and 18 of those are overtime or shootout losses. Now, goals against average career all-time is 2.54, which is literally better than a goalie in one season, and his save percentage is .919. This goalie is a stud, and I mean, better yet, he's on like one of the best teams in the NHL. So obviously, Andrei Vasilevskiy is built around good defense, which means he's getting help. His backup is old, so he can like learn from him. He's depth and stuff like that, whatever you like to call it. And overall, he's just got a good team built around him, and he's good himself. So yeah. Without further ado, let's get to number 2. Alrighty, everyone. At number 2, we have Connor Hellebuyck playing for the Winnipeg Jets. Now, the Winnipeg Jets, as I said in my last video, are not starting to do too well. And while they're doing pretty good right now, but I'm not going to keep my promise. Connor Hellebuyck so far this season has his team at a 2-1 deficit, which is very hard for a Canadian division, especially when there's a lot of good goaltenders out there, like Carey Price, who's still doing pretty good for his last couple of years. You got David Rittich, you got Markstrom, Thatcher Demko. But when you look at Connor Hellebuyck, he stands out to me because mainly he's 30 years old, but he's still putting in such hard work. He is doing very good for his age. I mean, normally a goalie like him would be pretty worse at this age, but Connor Hellebuyck, let's take a look at his stats here. He has so far this season a 2% goals against average, just a bit worse than Andrei Vasilevskiy, and his save percentage is .935, which is actually still pretty good. That's better than Andrei Vasilevskiy, and that is, once again, one of the best save percentages that you can get. Now, all-time career, he's played 273 games. He has 150 wins, 86 losses, and 22 overtime/shootout losses, and his all-time goals against average is 2.63, and his all-time save percentage is .917. Now, he catches left, and he was drafted by Winnipeg in 2012, 5th round, 9th draft pick, 130th overall to be exact, and I'd say this goalie is way better than a 130th overall pick for the 5th round. 5th round goalie is Connor Hellebuyck? I find that hard to believe. He's way better than that. Now, I do feel like Connor Hellebuck's going to do decent with the Jets, but I feel like the team around him is not as good as Connor Hellebuyck himself. His defense, he has like maybe 1 or 2 lines. The third defensive line, I can't even name them. They're that bad. They traded Jacob Trouba. They're not in that good of a position right now for Winnipeg. But I do feel like Connor Hellebuyck, on the other hand, is in a pretty good position. Without further ado, let's get to number 1. Alright guys, at our number 1 spot, you'll never guess this, but we actually have Jacob Markstrom. I feel like Jacob Markstrom is going to be a pretty solid goaltender this season. Why? Mainly because he's built around a way better team this season, the Calgary Flames. And yes, you can correct me if you want to, but I don't see Vancouver beating Calgary so far this season. So Calgary so far has a 2-0-1 winning record. They are currently, I think, 2nd, maybe 1st or 3rd in their division. I haven't really checked. Now, Jacob Markstrom so far this season is one of the reasons why Calgary is in that spot right now. I mean, Jussi Välimäki, Rasmus Andersson, and Noah Hannafin are literally playing like they're colorblind grind out on the ice. However, Jacob Markstrom says, no, screw that, I don't care, I am going to do good anyways. His goals against average this season is 1.99, how convenient, and his save percentage is .935, which is actually not half bad. That is better than the other two goalies that we just got done talking about. Now, his career is not so good. He's played 275 games so far, and he's won only 112 of those, and he's lost 118. However, his overtime and shootout losses are at 33. His goals against average all time is 2.79, and his save percentage is .911. How convenient once again. Now, Jacob Markstrom was born January 31st, 1990. He's pretty old. He's probably, I'm going to take a guess, at 31, 32, or 33. He catches left once again. He's born in Sweden, so he's on the Swedish team. He was drafted in 2008 by Florida in the second round, and he was the first overall pick of the second round, 31st overall to be exact. And I feel like he doesn't really deserve that spot. I'd say third round for Jacob Markstrom. I mean, he has a losing record all time. That's mainly why. But this season, I'd say, yeah, he deserves second round, maybe late second round. But I'd still say Jacob Markstrom's a solid starter if you're looking. Alright, everyone, I want to thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, it's been party number 10. Peace. I'll try to upload more often.